The 1990, 10 of the world's most powerful dynasties. One race for global dominance. The Walmart leads the world, already at $32 billion. Saudi oil wealth follows close behind. The 1997, the Asian financial crisis shakes the world. Oil crashes, but these empires hold firm. The year 2000, the dot-com bubble bursts. Tech collapses overnight, but traditional wealth keeps growing. The early 2000s, oil surges. The Saudi royal family climbs. Year by year, billion by billion. And then, history is made. Al Saud overtakes Walton. Oil takes the #1 spot. The watch closely, the Ambani family surges. India enters the global wealth race. The markets recover. The old order returns. But something new is rising. Luxury. The 2015. Oil crashes again. Walton reclaims the throne. The 2019. LVMH crosses 100 billion. Luxury becomes the new oil. Then comes COVID. The world changes overnight. Walton surges past 200 billion. The 2022. Adani explodes from 25 to 120 billion, the fastest rise in this entire race. The 2026. The dynasties still stand, but the order has changed forever, and the race continues.
You know, when you look at a list of the world's richest families, you might just see a bunch of names and numbers. But what if I told you that list tells a story? A 30-year story of how our entire world has been reshaped. Let's dive in.
So, what can we really learn from a 30-year-old list? Is it just a scorecard of who's up and who's down, or is there something much deeper going on here?
Well, the answer is, it tells us just about everything. I'm talking about what we buy, where global power really sits, and even the incredible speed at which the world is changing. So yeah, this isn't just a story about super rich people, it's a story about the global economy we all live in.
All right, let's rewind the clock. First up, the titans of the old world. We're talking about the 90s and early 2000s, where fortunes were forged in steel, oil, and checkout aisles.
Back in the early 90s, the pecking order was crystal clear. At number 1, you had the Walton family, thanks to their retail behemoth, Walmart. And nipping at their heels, the Al Saud family, their immense wealth literally bubbling up from the ground, fueled by the world's insatiable thirst for oil.
And you know what that tells us? Wealth back then was physical. You could touch it. It was all about massive infrastructure, huge stores, sprawling oil fields, and fleets of trucks. This was a world built on concrete and commodities, not code.
And then, bam! The year 2000 hits and the dot-com bubble bursts. All that hype about a new digital economy, it just seemed to evaporate. This was a massive reality check for everybody.
And the lesson learned was a big one. It turns out sustainable wealth isn't always built on hype, it's built on real-world demand.
While all those flashy tech stocks were imploding, people still needed to buy groceries. They still needed to put gas in their cars. The families with a foothold in the real world, they proved to be way more resilient. Okay, so as we move into the 2000s and 2010s, things start to get really interesting. The old rules begin to change, and we see this huge global shift in both wealth and power. And right away, we see a major shakeup. For the very first time, surging oil prices rocketed the Al Saud family into that #1 spot, pushing the Waltons down to second. It was a powerful reminder that global commodity markets could flip the entire script. But it wasn't just about oil. This whole decade was about diversification. In 2007, you see India's Ambani family burst onto the global scene, a huge signal that emerging markets were here to play. Then in the 2010s, a completely different force starts to climb the ranks: European luxury brands. It all gets so volatile that by 2015, when oil prices dip again, the Waltons are right back on top. What a roller coaster.
So you might be asking, why luxury all of a sudden? What was going on? Well, this wasn't just about people buying fancy purses. It was about massive global economic shifts. You had an expanding middle class around the world with more money to spend than ever before. People started spending on things they aspired to own, and these big luxury brands became the ultimate global status symbols.
And that brings us to today. Welcome to what I'm calling the Great Acceleration. This period, born out of crisis and chaos, has produced some of the fastest growing fortunes in history.
Think about the pandemic. It turned the world upside down. But for retail, demand went through the roof. And for the Walton family, that meant their wealth shot past an almost unimaginable number: $200 billion. Even the old guard was now growing at a mind-bending pace. But if one thing defines this era, it's speed. Just look at 2022. India's Adani family saw one of the fastest surges of wealth anyone has ever seen, all built on huge bets in infrastructure and energy. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that the rules of the game have fundamentally changed. The time it takes to build a world-class fortune has been compressed. It's been supercharged by these hyper-connected global markets. Wealth is now being created at a speed that would have been pure science fiction just a decade ago. So after this wild 30-year ride, what does it all tell us about where we're headed? What does the leaderboard look like today?
What's really clear now is that there's a new global balance of power. It's not just a two-horse race between American retail and Middle Eastern oil anymore. Nope. We're now in a multipolar world. You've got European luxury, you've got Indian conglomerates. They're all major players at the table now.
So let's boil it all down. What have we learned from these 3 decades? 5 simple things. 1. Wealth follows the big economic trends, period. 2. Oil, retail, and luxury are the juggernauts with serious staying power. 3. Emerging markets aren't emerging anymore. They've arrived. 4. Big crises will shake things up, but the top players are incredibly durable. And lesson number 5, everything is happening faster. Much faster. And that leaves us with one final, massive question. Looking forward, is the future of wealth still going to be dominated by these legacy families? Or are we on the cusp of something new? Will industries like AI or biotech create a whole new set of leaders, names we don't even know yet? The race to the future is definitely on.
Thank you for watching the video. Hope you like the video. Please like, share and subscribe our channel.